All right. Welcome in, everybody. As you're hopping on today's session, if you could just drop in the chat where you're watching from, maybe where you're listening from. It is a new year and we're not judging. If you're listening to us from your car, maybe you're in between showings, who knows? Just drop in the chat where you are watching or listening from. I am in Alabama. Lee's not too far away from me. He's in Atlanta, Georgia. So we are so excited to be here with you guys. Um, and we're excited to get the first basic session of the year up and running.
Yep.
So, again, welcome to today's Listing Leads Basic session. I am Hannah, the Chief Trainer here at Listing Leads, and I'm really glad you're here. If you have logged on to the platform and thought, okay, what the heck am I even supposed to send first? Then this training is for you. And today is not about doing everything. It's just about doing one or two things really, really well and consistently. So, by the end of this session, our goal is that you will know which emails to send. You'll know where to find them inside of your dashboard on Listing Leads. You'll also know how to use the done for you social templates that we provide for you guys each week. And you'll know what is worth your time right now and what can wait. So I'm going to toss it over to Lee and let him introduce himself to you guys. And I'm going to share my screen with y'all and we will get started.
Awesome. Love it. Thanks, Hannah. Happy New Year to you guys. Thank you so much for being on. We love helping people understand and better utilize the platform. As Hannah said, I'm based in Atlanta. I've been in real estate for literally 100 years, well, since 2006 at least. And have really worn every hat in the business from solo agent to team member to team operations leader, brokerage owner. So I've worn all the hats and I've done a lot of this myself. We definitely understand uh, the busyness of real estate, but we also know that, as Jimmy says, consistency is the key, and consistency is the way to drive more conversations, which lead to more closings. So, super excited to help you leverage this platform and get the most out of it. As Hannah said, our focus is really getting you to just execute one or two pieces of this, because when you do and you see it work, it's going to be encouraging for you to do more and rinse and repeat and continue to grow your business. But we just want to make sure you get started off on the right foot. And we're also here to take, at the end, we'll tackle any questions or drop them in the chat as we go. But take it away, Hannah.
Yep. Thanks for that, Lee. So hopefully you guys can see my screen. I've got a
Yeah,
lot going on
you're
my
good.
screen. So I'm always
Yeah,
like, Lee, am
you're
I
clear.
good? Can y'all see?
We see your screen and it's the right screen. So we're good.
Perfect. Great. So yeah, and just a reminder, I think Lee also said this, but this is recorded. So it'll go in our Facebook mastermind group after this. So if you need to hop off, no worries. It will be there for you, waiting for you to come back and watch it.
Yep. And I just dropped a link to the Facebook group. So please join if you're not yet a member.
Yes, please join that. So much good stuff in there, and you'll hear us say that a billion more times on today's session. But yes, join the Facebook Mastermind group. So, really quickly, what is Listing Leads? I'm sure you guys know, but I'm going to give you kind of a quick recap. Listing Leads is not a strategy course. This is an execution system. We give you the proven emails, proven social templates, the simple workflow so that you can show up consistently without overthinking it, which is huge. Today, though, we're going to be focusing on email and social only. So we're making it really simple for you guys, not overwhelming you with 4,000 things to add to your to do list. Just email, just social. So the only goal right now, if you are new or just getting started, your goal is simple. It's to send one of these emails we're going to talk about on today's session this week and post a social campaign for this week that we have in your weekly plan. If you do two emails, even better. We highly encourage that. And I'll show you which two emails we recommend. But one done consistently beats five that you never send. So please, please remember that as we go through today's session. Again, email is the heartbeat of your marketing. And we recommend you send at least one each week, two if you're up for it. And the first one that we recommend you guys to send is the deal of the week email. So this
And
is
believe it or not, the deal of the week happens what? Every week.
fun
So
every week and every single Monday for you guys. We make it so simple, and it's like an easy way to start your week too. It's
right.
super easy to do. Um, and again, this is the easiest place to start. This is the email that's going to get attention. It's very short, it's curiosity driven, it has zero fluff, and there's no price on it, no address, no photo. It's literally just a hook. And I know that kind of freaks people out at first, but we're going to kind of show you what that means.
Yeah, I want to make sure we kind of double down on that and explain it because I know it's a paradigm shift for a lot of people, but
Yes.
there's a reason we didn't forget to add a link. We
No,
promise we'll walk through it.
exactly. So before I jump into the actual campaign, I just want to show you guys here. This is kind of the home, not necessarily the homepage, but this is your profile, your dashboard when you log into Listing Leads. And the first thing that's going to come up for you is this listing attraction plan. This is your weekly plan, Monday through Friday. We're always going to give you something that you can post. And again, the two things we're focusing on today is those emails and social templates. So for Monday, like we said, is the deal of the week campaign every single Monday. We're going to click inside of that. And as we open up this campaign, you'll see we have the introduction section here. Lots of really good stuff in there. It's going to tell you why this campaign works, why you're sending it. So lots of good info in this introduction section. Don't skip over it. We also have the before you get started section underneath that. So this is basically saying before you send an email, these are the things that we recommend you have in place. Number one being an email tool. So a platform that lets you send mass emails to your database. Again, use what you have. So if that's Follow Up Boss, MailChimp, KV Core, Constant Contact, just use what you have. And don't let this stop you from sending an email. If you don't have one of these tools, you don't need it. If you have a Gmail, you can send an email. So if you have an email platform, you can send these out. You don't have to have a fancy tool. Does the fancy tool make your life a little bit easier down the road? Probably. But again, don't let that stop you from sending out these email campaigns. Underneath the email tool, we also recommend you have 3 simple lists. This is just going to make your life a little bit easier when it comes to sending these out. So the 3 lists we recommend are prospects, so the people you haven't done business with, your sphere of influence, past clients, so that's the people that you have done business with, and then your entire database. And one thing we like to mention, when it says entire database and it says all contacts, we don't necessarily mean every contact in your list or in your database. These are basically a combination of these 2 lists. So your entire database is basically saying you're going to send this to your prospects and your sphere of influence past clients.
Right.
Just want to make sure that's understood.
Yeah, so it's good to go over that at depth. And I think the other thing to be, which you were clear about, but just for me to kind of double down on, this format is consistent across always. So
Yeah.
you have these 3 segments, or really 2 segments, and the ability to send to both. Then you're set. You know, whether that list grows or whatnot in wherever, however you store it, or whatever CRM you have, it's great. But the language of these emails is going to be tied to the audience, of course. If they're people you haven't done business with, some of the language is going to be different than people that you know and that have worked with you. So again, there's a deep strategy behind this that we've done for you, so you don't have to think about it.
Yes, exactly. And one thing that I also want to mention about this section is, as you can see here, there's a little yellow bubble and it says recommended audience for this campaign. We're always going to give you that. So obviously this one here is the entire database. And that's one thing that you can always look for. We're going to tell you who we recommend you send it out to. And that's why it's so important to have these lists in place, like Lee was saying. It's just going to make your life a lot easier when you really get into the flow of things and sending these out.
And you want to send them consistently to the same people so that it's an effective grip. You're not, I probably shouldn't say this, but as they say, spray and pray. Like you're actually continuously marketing to people who will ultimately respond.
Yep. And then underneath that, the third thing that we recommend is the plain text format. So again, these emails are written to feel personal, not promotional. So keep them clean, paste them as is. You can add your short signature at the bottom if that's something that you want to do. But we create these emails so that you guys don't have to do all the work. I know sometimes people will like reach out to Lee, reach out to Jimmy, like, hey, like, should I run this through my chat bot? Like, no, 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 please don't.
We spend
Humans,
a lot of time on these.
yeah,
I wish I got to spend more time on that, but the team internally spends a massive amount of time
yes,
on the language. And yes, of course, we leverage AI some, but they're
exactly.
always human in the loop. And so, yes, rewriting these is the reason you're paying for this is that you don't have to rewrite it. We're literally giving it to you with a copy button.
Yes. So use your AI chatbot for other stuff, but leave these as is. Think of us as your chatbot. We have already done all of the work. Literally, these are meant to copy, paste, send. And speaking of that, let's look at the how to execute section. So underneath how to execute, we have the subject line here. And this button right here, this copy button, all you do is click that. That's going to copy it to your clipboard to where you can then go into your email platform, paste that in the subject line of your email. If you're using a tool, like we mentioned, same thing. Underneath that, we have the content of the email. You'll hit that button again, paste that into the content block of your email. And one thing I want to mention, if you are doing this particular email, I'm probably getting ahead of myself a little bit, but we do have a deal of the week tool that we're going to show you guys in just a minute.
Yeah,
But if
we've got an
you're
easier button for this, but Hannah and I were talking before this. We think it's also really important for you to do the manual work a few times before
yep,
you look to
yep,
automate things. But we're going to give you a free tool to execute this. But there are additional things, but we just
yes.
want you to send the email.
Yes, because the more you do it, the easier it's going to be. And that's the whole point. So, here in this email content, anytime you see bracketed information, so like property type here is bracketed, price, neighborhood, that is information that once you copy and paste this into your email platform, you're going to want to change that information. Obviously, we don't want to send the email looking like this. We might get some responses, but it might not be the responses we're necessarily looking
A
for.
very good positioning as an expert.
Exactly, like what the heck do you mean? So obviously the property that you choose, you're going to want to put the type, you're going to want to put the square footage, bedrooms, all of that once you paste that into your email platform. Now, underneath that, we also give you the steps to transferring this content to your email blast app if that is something that you would like to do. And we're also going to give you that target audience one more time in this bubble here, which is again that entire database or the combination of the two lists. So here's that email. That's kind of an example of what the email will look like. Obviously, you're going to change this bracketed information. One thing that's really cool that we have started is giving you guys the preview text, which is awesome. We're always going to give you the subject line, but we've also started giving you the preview text, which is just kind of that little line of text that they'll see underneath the subject line in their inbox.
So that helps open it because you see what it is, and so people
Exactly.
would be more apt to click on it.
Exactly. So to find that, just look here underneath this inbox preview section, and you can just copy that and use that in your email as well. Now let's go back up to the top, and we do want to show you guys the deal of the week tool.
Yes, I
Because
just dropped a link. Oh, you can grab it right there. See.
see. So you can, again, don't skip the introduction because there is really good stuff in these introduction portions. And for this one, there is literally the free tool that you can use to do this campaign for you.
Absolutely. Go ahead and hit that. If you don't mind still screen sharing, I'll kind of walk people through it super quick.
For sure.
It's super simple. It's free. There's no login. You don't need to join the wait listing at the top. Just pick an area, put in, you can do zip codes, cities, neighborhoods. One caveat is you do have to put in enough information for it to find a few properties. It can't just find one.
Mhm.
But we'll walk you through here and we'll see what it does.
Yep. So you can change the minimum, the maximum. I'm just going to keep mine like
Yeah,
this and keep all of these property types selected, but obviously you'll do that however you're wanting. Click find deal of the week.
perfect.
Oh, nice.
There we go. I know. It's on the lake.
It is on the
It
lake.
is. Man. Okay. That's only a couple hours for me.
So exactly. Click view full details. And let's see. We should be able
Yeah,
to.
there should be. Oh, where's the right the email? Oh, there it is on
There it
the.
is. I was
I
like,
can see
wait a
the first
minute.
time going out. We break it over the holiday.
Oh, exactly. So then you'll hit auto write an email, and this is where like the magic happens. All of that information that you saw that was bracketed is filled in for you, which is amazing. You see, we have the subject line here. Here's all of that good info for bed, 3 bath. And as you can see, I want to touch on this one more time. There's no link, there's no photo. It is literally this the whole point of this email is to get them to reach out and ask you about the property. So we want them to ask you about it. We don't want to just give them a link and be like, okay, then we lose them. So this is why this campaign works so well. Um,
Yeah, and from a compliance perspective, we get this question all the time, so I want to make sure we tackle it. From a
mhm.
compliance perspective, this does allow you to legally share someone else's listing. This is how you kind of get around not having to have written permission to promote someone else's listing because you're not actually promoting the listing. You're promoting the idea of a listing that exists, and they need to get in touch with you. Kind of like old school real estate. We only have the secret keys to get you into this house. It's not all over everywhere, even though it is. So it's kind of an old school thing. And I know a lot of times it's a paradigm shift for people because they're like, we're so used to sending links to properties with addresses and details and prices. But this really is a carrot, just to get somebody to reply and say, hey, I'd love to learn more info, or hey, do you have something on the lake? Or hey, do you have something a little less expensive? So we just want to make sure that's really, really clear because there is real deep strategy behind this that sometimes seems like it's almost too simple.
Yes, exactly. So that is the first email that we recommend you guys sending out. Again, every single Monday, that will be waiting for you in your listing attraction plan. Now, if you are going to send a second email, this is going to be the email that you're going to want to send. It is the value based email, and this one is for trust. It is short, it's just insight about the market. And this week's email is exactly that. I'm going to click into that for you guys and let you see that. It's the 14th. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. I'm going to click into. Okay, there it is for the third time. So this is the how to make sure your home sells in 2026. So again, this email, you're going to want to keep it conversational. You can always add your name, your number, but you're going to want to skip the logos, the headshots, the fancy graphics. If this email reads like an email that you'd send to your friend, then you're doing it right. Again, these emails are tested and proven to work. So no need to spruce them up in your AI chatbot. We did all of that for you. This is really the easiest email that you're going to send
Right.
because it is copy, paste, send. There will rarely, hardly ever be an instance where you have to kind of edit the information in
Right.
value-based emails. And that's the beauty of them, and that's what makes them so awesome for you guys. So let's take a look at this one. Again, you have the introduction section here, and this campaign is designed to separate you from the agents who are still leading with the generic promises. So, again, we're positioning you as this digital mayor, if you will. You are the source of the information that they are finding out. Underneath that, we have the before you get started section. Again, same as the last one, the email tool, but again, you don't have to have that. The 3 simple lists. This one's going to go to your entire database again. Underneath that, plain text format really, really, really comes into play for this one. Don't add a bunch of extra to this. It should literally feel like sent from iPhone. You're emailing a friend about some information that you found out. Underneath that, we have the how to execute section. Again, this is literally one of the easiest emails that you'll send using listing leads because you hit this copy button, you paste it into your subject line on your email platform, you hit the copy button here for the email content, do the same thing, and you send. Again, you can add your signature at the bottom if that's something that you want to do, but other than that, leave it alone.
Keep it simple.
Exactly. We're going to give you the steps again to transfer that email content to your email blast app if that's something that you're interested in. And we're going to give you that target audience one more time. Here is the example of that email, how it'll look in their inbox. Again, we gave you the subject line up there, but don't forget that we also give you the preview text down here at the example. So even when this is happening, so how to make sure your home sells in 2026, even when this is happening. I think it's such a good preview text. I know I would open it because
Yeah,
I'm like,
you can't not read that, even
yeah,
when.
exactly. Exactly. So as you can see, it's super simple. And that is why these work. One thing that I do want to say, I'm going to go back here. If you want to see more examples of some of these top performing email templates, they are in your dashboard, and I want to show you where to find those. So over here on the left-hand side, underneath campaigns, just click email campaigns, and that is where you can find all of our email campaigns that we have for you guys. It's literally like endless scroll of
And it's searchable. And Hannah, I don't think we have done a session since they added favorites.
no, I don't
So
think we
there's
have.
now favorites. We
Yes.
well, I'm gonna add that to our notes. Take it away. Show them the favorites. That's
Yes, exactly. So you can click this heart up here. Obviously, I haven't favorited any campaign
oh, that's
since
a
we
demo
added
account.
the favorites. But if you come over here to the email campaign, say think like a buyer. Let's click that one. Um, Here's that campaign. Now, when you hover over it, you'll see there's a little heart that comes up. If you'll click that, that is going to add it to your favorites. So that's really exciting. Again, we're always going to give you the deal of the week, but if wanted to favorite one of those, let's add that. Your maybe price, that's a good one. We'll favorite that one. But it's just a really, really cool feature. If you find an email that is kind of evergreen in a way and one that you really like and you see some good success with it, hit the heart. Then you
Yep.
can go up here to the top right, click that heart, and all of your favorites will land in here. And as you can see, it's not just for email. So you can do your favorite social shareables, direct mail if that's something that you end up doing, phone and text scripts, the whole nine. So really cool feature. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Lee, because I do love it very much. So yeah, keep that in mind. The last thing that we kind of want to touch on is how to use the swipe and share posts that we have for you guys, the social media campaigns. And I know it can be a little bit daunting when you look at these campaigns, especially if you are not the most tech savvy or, you know, I'm Gen Z, and sometimes even Instagram stories can throw even me for a loop. So don't don't feel bad if you feel like it's kind of out of your realm of skill.
Yeah. This
Because
is a good New Year skill to focus on, I think. If and the other idea behind this, I think you said this, but I also want to reiterate this, like the difference between the emails and the social, the emails are going to existing people in your database. Those aren't new leads per se.
right,
Loosely speaking, a lot of the social stuff is actually designed to kind of grow your database. So that's why we recommend doing the email, maintain the people you got. You'd rather make money for the people you already have, but also a lot of the social stuff and often the Friday pieces
mm-hmm.
are whether they're direct mail or a YouTube long form or whatever they are driven a little more to grow your business. So
Right,
that's why we also elected to tackle these two areas because one is about kind of maintaining or nurturing, and one is about generating new, which we know is obviously of interest to a lot of people. So if you like new leads, tackling or honing your social media skills
yeah.
Jan 2026 would be a good time to look into that. And we're going to help you a little bit today.
Yes, we will. So, um, again, this is kind of where a lot of people get stuck. You see the social template and you're like, oh, heck no, I'll stick to the emails and leave that for someone else. But we keep these super simple for you guys. And again, the goal of these social templates and you guys using them is visibility, not perfection. So I think a lot of people get stuck in, oh, well, it's got to be perfect and it's got to be you'll get better as you go, but I'm going to click into this social for Thursday, and I want to show you kind of it. They're very easy to use. And once you do it a few times, it gets that much easier. So we always have the introduction for you guys, same as the email templates. And again, attention is the real currency on Instagram, and this campaign spends it wisely. This is an Instagram story. Underneath that, we have the how to execute section, and step one is going to be customizing the template inside of Canva. And I want to kind of show you guys what that looks like. So that'll open up once you click. Let me go back because I think I skipped over that. I want to make sure that I
Oh yeah, don't go too fast.
Yeah, exactly. So step one here, customizing Canva, you're going to click this get template button. It's going to open up a new page, or you can then scroll down and select view template. I'm going to go ahead and open this up in editor. Let's see what happens here. Open Canva. I don't think you guys can see my screen anymore though.
It opened in the same. Oh no, you're right, because it opened in your desktop app.
Okay, I can fix that. Let me see here. I'll just switch it to desktop for now, and that should fix the problem. So let's see. Can you guys see that now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me kind of.
And if you're not familiar with Canva, it's not scary. And this, all of our templates, sorry, Hannah, may I said this, I was answering a question, are work with the free version of Canva. So you don't need to get the paid one. Again, our goal here is to help you with the smallest lift possible to ship some content on social and email.
Exactly. So as you can see here, I think I have a pretend brand here. Yes, Shelter Real Estate.
Perfect.
There it is. So this is what you will see inside of Canva. Obviously, if you have the Canva Pro account, you'll be able to set up your brand inside of Canva, which is really, really helpful. But if you have the free account, you can still do all of this. It's just going to take a little bit more finesse, but it's not crazy. So basically, you're going to want to make this your brand's colors. That's essentially all we're doing for this particular campaign. So it's really easy to do. You'll just come up here. I'm going to change that green to purple. Same thing for this. I mean, don't overcomplicate this, guys. Just make it how you, if it looks good to you, then it probably looks good to everyone else.
Right.
Honestly, like don't overcomplicate it. Let's see if I can. There's a lot happen. I think you guys can see my whole screen right now. There's always like things hanging down from Zoom, and I'm like,
we can't see those, thankfully. We just see Canva, but
okay, good. So same thing here. I'm going to change that text color. Let's see, purple.
I mean, it really is essentially like editing a document. It's just a graphic.
So I think you guys probably get the
yeah, and I'll drop the links. We do have two great videos that Hannah already made walking through a little more some of these things. So let me grab a link to those two videos and I'll drop those in the chat too.
So essentially you're just changing this to fit your brand's colors. Very simple, very easy. This one doesn't even have a logo on it. So there's no adding logos to this one. This is actually a really, really good one to send this week. Because it is so easy. So literally, guys, go in, change the colors to your brand's colors. And then to download this, one thing that's really, really important, as you can see here, this is actually a video. So it's going to automatically want to save it as a video, but you don't want to do that. So I do want to show you guys that. You are going to want to download this, hit download, but up here in file type, you're going to want to change this to either JPG or PNG. I kind of switch between the two.
They both work.
Technically no difference to me. Yeah. There probably is a techie difference.
I'm sure there is, but I don't know what it is.
It's not going to matter. So I'm going to hit PNG. Then you just hit download. That saves it to your computer, phone, whatever you are using. And then you can go into Instagram and add that to your story. I'm going to head back over to the Listing Leads platform really quick. Let's see. Google Chrome.
I know there's a lot of stuff that it's in the first tab of that, but I think you have stuff in front of it. Probably your Zoom
Uh,
window. You're in the right window. Just go one tab over. There you go. I know it was behind something.
okay, but you guys can just see my Chrome, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I'm telling guys, there's a lot happening on my screen, so just make.
So, and the essence of that is quite simple. Is again, we're giving you a template in Canva. You don't even always have to edit it. Like this one doesn't technically need editing in theory, right? Unless I like adding the color, I like adding the emphasis to that, but
Yeah,
it's not, it doesn't have a lot of big requirements. And like we said before, this is the engagement piece. This is the new lead piece. You're asking people, kind of a yes or yes question. And if they engage with it, then now you're in conversation with them and you're generating new business.
exactly. And the portion of this that's really getting the engagement is adding that poll or the question sticker on Instagram. Um, which these instructions, if you kind of just follow it word for word, it'll kind of walk you through how that looks on the actual Instagram platform. And again, I know it can seem really daunting. I probably didn't make it feel any less daunting when I showed you inside of Canva because it's kind of wacky in there sometimes, but it really is. And one thing that I do want to stress, if you guys are having problems with, you know, uploading these to your Instagram story, please reach out to our team. I'll drop my email in the chat. We're more than I am more than happy to help you guys kind of navigate that. I do not mind. And again, we have some videos for you guys already that kind of walk you through editing inside of Canva. Those will help you as well, at least for the editing portion. But don't let perfection scare you away from getting this blasted out on your socials. Um, it's I know I'm a bit of a perfectionist myself, but consistency and actually executing is so important.
I don't think there's anybody I know, even if they have 50 million followers, that doesn't go back and look at their oldest stuff and be like, this stuff is terrible. Like
No doubt.
you have to do it. You have to go. I mean, I look at stuff from 2 months ago and I'm like, man, that's terrible. It's so much better now. Like
Yeah,
it's just a thing. And then I think the other side, um, of that as well, to your point, Hannah, it's just shipping it is the first thing. And then the more you see success and the more you do it, the more you're going to want to do it. You're going to find kind of your own voice. You're like, hey, maybe this part isn't interesting to me, but I want to do social stuff every week. That's great. We're just here to help provide support, both in giving content and actual training support uh,
exactly.
around that. So
Exactly.
perfect. Well, that's great. I think, I mean, I feel like that really tackles the core areas. And frankly, if you're, shipping an email and shipping at least one social post every week, you're in good shape. And I'm going to drop a quick link. Actually, I'm going to let Hannah give you a send off, but I'm going to drop another link. Every Monday, Jimmy and I do a session called Campaign Kickoff, where we run down that week specific plan a little deeper in the strategy behind it, kind of where the team came up with it. Jimmy is essentially your part-time CMO if you want to hop on that and ask questions and get advice. But this session is really designed to get you going, to get you from 0 to 1 or from 1 to 2. But we'd also love to see you on Campaign Kickoff. I'll drop that link to register in the chat as well now.
Yes. So, yeah, basically, we want to send you guys off with a 60-ish minute action plan. If you can set aside an hour, whether that be today, tomorrow, just sometime this week. Honestly, if you can do this before you log off your computer for the day, that's even better. But the first thing is just send that deal of the week email. Either manually send it or use that free deal of the week tool that we showed you guys. And then if you are up for it, send that second value based email. So send that email, which is technically for today, and then post one feed post or one story. Use that social shareable that I showed you guys. That's for Thursday. Go ahead and get in there. figure out the editing in Canva and get that blasted on your socials. Um, and then just close the tab, shut your computer, and you're
That's
done.
right.
Did something,
Give
if
yourself a little reward because you shipped it. Agreed. Go
exactly.
buy yourself dinner, whatever.
Yes, yes, yes. But if you do that, you are literally already ahead of most agents who never press send. And that's the biggest thing. We just want you guys to get in there and actually send something out, because that is when you start seeing the success. You
Yeah.
don't need to master everything this week. You just need to start showing up. And listing leads, like, we're here and we exist to make that as simple as possible for you guys. And once you start sending, we can build from there. And that's when you guys can start tuning into that campaign kickoff and really get in the weeds with the platform. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If not, we'll let you guys go and enjoy your rest of your day. But definitely join that Facebook mastermind group if you have not already. Such good stuff in there. There's tons of, you know, people posting success that they've had with campaigns, which is really motivating, especially in the new year. So definitely join that. But if there's no other questions, that's all that we have for you guys today. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And we can't wait to see you guys' success in the Facebook mastermind group. And if you have any questions, remember, you can always reach out to our support team, reach out to me or Lee, and we would love to help you guys.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Great job, Hannah. And you guys have a great week. We do these sessions every other week. So if you're interested, you can catch us again next Tuesday. Otherwise, we'll see you in the Facebook group or on Campaign Kickoff.
Yep. Sounds good. We'll talk to you guys soon.